Hey all, so I am going to get right into it because I know that you are busy. So today we are going to talk about the workouts and nutrition that women actually need to lose fat, tone up, and feel their best at any age. Because something I see so often is women hit 30, hell, sometimes it happens even earlier, and suddenly they don't recognize themselves anymore. Life gets busier, they're working more, taking care of everyone else, they have less time for themselves and their body stops responding the way that it used to. And it feels like no matter how little you eat or how much cardio you do, nothing changes anymore. And after a while, it's easy to start believing that my hormones must be broken. My metabolism is slow. This is just what happens after 30. This is just my body now. But I promise you, the problem is not your body. It is not your age. It is not even your hormones. The problem is that most women have been taught fitness advice that is actually working against your body and against your hormones. Because for years, we were told to eat less, burn more calories, do more cardio, cut carbs, just try to get as small as possible. And the problem is that, like, yes, doing that might help you lose fat, but you don't just lose fat, you also lose muscle. And muscle is one of the biggest things keeping your metabolism and your body healthy as you age. And when you are constantly dieting, living off of salads, doing endless cardio, and never giving your body a reason to build muscle, your body will adapt. It will burn fewer calories. It gets less efficient. It becomes harder to lose fat. You're going to feel hungrier, have less energy, and your strength disappears. And because muscle also plays a huge role in blood sugar control, insulin sensitivity, and how your body handles carbs, losing muscle can make it feel like your body suddenly can't tolerate carbs anymore, when really it just doesn't have the same metabolic support system that it used to. So it's not that your body is betraying you, it is that your body has adapted to the signals you've been giving it. And the amazing thing is we can change those signals. Okay, the good news is if you actually take action on what I'm going to share today, your body can and will absolutely change. And I know this because this has not just worked for me, right? I know some of you are looking at me and I'm in my 30s and you're like, what do you know? Well, I promise you the stuff I'm teaching today has helped countless clients in their 50s, right? I have one client, she came to me, she was 57, working out 6 days a week, eating relatively healthy, trying all the diets, running, doing everything she thought she was supposed to do. And she couldn't lose the weight, right? She was frustrated, she was exhausted, she was ready to give up, but then she came to me. We changed just a few things, the exact things I'm going to teach you today and this week. And now she feels more confident in her almost 60-year-old body than she did in her 30s and 40s. Okay? And she is not the exception. I have seen this happen over and over again. So yes, there is hope. Okay? So, what the heck do we even do, right? Well, number one, strength training. Obviously, this is the foundation of the challenge, but not because I want you to become a bodybuilder, because I want you to strength train knowing that muscle is the best thing that you can build for your long-term health, but also for your fat loss and physique goals because muscle helps you burn more calories throughout the day. It helps you improve blood sugar control. It helps you become more insulin sensitive. It helps support healthy hormones. It helps improve your bone density, which is super important as you age because the majority of people over 50 are at risk of osteoporosis and falling and breaking a hip. And a lot of people never fully recover from that. Okay, so bone density is super, super important. It is not sexy, but it's important. Okay, it also helps you protect your joints and age better. Not only will you age more healthy and independent, but more muscle helps us produce collagen, which can help us retain our youthful look. Okay, plus muscle is what is actually going to create that fit and toned look that we are chasing. Okay. And what most women don't realize is that you don't get toned by losing weight. Okay. You get toned by building muscle and then losing body fat. But muscle is what creates shape. Muscle is what creates that toned look. Okay. Now I want to get it all out in the open, right? That the lifting weights makes women bulky myth. I promise you, you will not accidentally wake up looking like a bodybuilder. Okay, first of all, women naturally produce far less testosterone than men, but also building noticeable muscle takes years of intentional training, intentionally eating way more protein and way more food than you're eating now, and lots of consistency. Okay, but what strength training will actually give you? Those lean arms you want, toned, lifted butt, defined legs, better posture, more confidence, a body that can handle a little bit more food. Okay, so what should you actually do? 2 to 3 full body workouts a week. Okay, very similar to the workouts that I gave you guys. These ones are really good beginner workouts. And we want to focus on compound movements. And you'll notice that's exactly what the workouts are giving you, right? A compound movement are things like squats, push ups, lunges, rows. Basically, that you are working multiple muscle groups at a time, right? If you are doing a bicep curl, that's okay, right? We can do those at the odd time. But if you're just doing bicep curls, leg extensions, isolation movements, they're just a little bit less efficient. Okay, so you want to do 2 to 3 full body strength workouts a week, focusing on compound movements, following a structured program, and progressively challenging yourself more over time. Okay, we want to stay away from random workouts and changing your exercises every single week because your body only adapts when you give it a chance to improve, right? So if you are constantly changing up the exercises, changing up what you're doing, it's really hard for your body to ever consistently change because it's always trying to learn something new, right? So that's why we focus on the basics. We focus on progressive overload. We focus on lifting a little bit heavier, on doing a few more reps, on making the workouts a little bit more challenging week after week and month after month. And that is where the magic happens. Okay, but also rest. Rest is super important. One of the biggest myths in exercise is that more is better. More is not better. Okay, better is better. You want to focus on quality over quantity because your muscles don't grow while you're working out. Your muscles grow while you are recovering. So that is why 3 high quality strength workouts a week, even 2 high quality strength workouts a week, will beat 6 mediocre workouts that leave you exhausted, working the same muscle groups over and over again. Okay, so yes, like we want to focus on pushing ourselves, but you don't need to be working out 6 days a week in order to see results. And don't get me wrong, okay? Walking is amazing. I highly recommend you guys start walking, adding a few more steps in. I walk every single day. Okay? Keep walking because it's good for your heart, it's good for your mental health, but just know that if your goal is to change your body and you are a woman, it's walking isn't enough. Walking isn't enough to give you muscle tone. It's not enough to give you that, independence as you age. It's not enough to protect your bones and your joints as you age. Okay, walking is great for you, but it is not going to give you all of the benefits that we talked about here today. It is not the thing that's going to change. Because one of the best things you can do for your hormones as you age is strength train effectively. Okay, the more muscle you have, the healthier your hormones are going to be, the healthier your body is going to be, and the more you're going to give your body a reason to actually change. Okay, but strength training is great. However, we need to make sure we are nourishing our body enough that we actually recover. Okay, so the second thing that we're going to focus on in this challenge and moving forward are protein and fiber. Okay, I want you to aim to get a serving of protein and some fiber in at every single meal 80% of the time, right? So if you're home for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and you're in control of your meals, yeah, get some protein and fiber in at every single meal. If you go out to eat every once in a while, don't stress about it. Okay. But more often than not, I want you to get protein and fiber. Okay. Protein is what gives your body the building blocks it needs to repair and build those muscles after the workouts. It also is going to help keep you full longer. But protein is also very good for helping to stabilize our blood sugar and our hormones. Okay, and then we add fiber. Fiber helps to slow digestion. It helps to stabilize blood sugar, supports your gut health, and helps to reduce those, cravings. But fiber also helps to move things along, right? So if you're feeling really bloated, sometimes it's because you haven't had enough fiber, so you haven't gone to the bathroom, right? So fiber helps to literally flush your body out. And when you combine protein and fiber together, your meals become more satisfying, your energy stays more stable, your body is going to handle carbs better, especially when you pair that with the strength training, because strength training helps teach your body to better utilize the carbs that you're eating. And staying consistent stays so much easier because one, when you're focusing on adding in more, you're going to feel more full and less deprived. right? So what I want you guys to focus on is every single meal, build it around a protein, right? Whether it's a meat source, eggs and egg whites, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, tofu, like there's endless protein sources, okay? But build the base of your meal around protein, and then just ask yourself, where can I add fruit or vegetables, right? I like to add a little bit of fruit to my breakfast and to my lunch, and then lunch and dinner, I do vegetables, right? So it's like, where can I add a fruit or vegetable? It doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, but what matters is consistency, right? So just every single meal for the rest of the week, can you build it around protein? And then where can you add a fruit or a vegetable? At least one or two. That's it. Okay, now the third piece of our magical trifecta here for weight loss for women is sleep and recovery. Okay, I know sleep sounds pretty boring, but it is so freaking important because when you are chronically stressed or running on, 5 or 4 hours of sleep, your body becomes less efficient at recovering. Your hunger hormones become harder to regulate, right? I know when I get a crappy sleep, I am going to feel way more hungry the next day. Your cravings are going to go up, energy decreases, which means working out feels harder, motivation feels harder, and you're just more likely to make more impulsive food choices simply because your brain is more hungry and just trying to find quick energy. Okay, this doesn't mean that one bad sleep every now and then is going to ruin your progress, but it just means we want to focus on getting quality sleep more often than not, right? Because this is what is going to help support your body long term, right? Because healthy hormones aren't built from fancy supplements or protocols. They're built from consistently giving your body what it needs. And when you are strength training and building muscle, getting enough protein and fiber and getting enough quality sleep, like those are some of the best things that you can do for your hormones as a woman. Okay. Now, one thing I do recommend too with sleep is no phone or TV for the last 30 minutes before bed. Okay. I know it is hard. I know we want to watch TV, we want to watch our show, grab a book. Okay. Grab a book, journal, meditate, do anything but looking at a screen because I promise you, if you do that, you are going to, like, that alone will help you get so much better sleep. Okay. And I also want to point out that there's so much fear on social media, right? You need my specific hormone protocol. You need these supplements. You need to detox. No, you don't. Okay. Your hormones respond to your lifestyle. And all of these people on social media want you to think that you need to buy their fancy hormone protocols or this or that and whatever. But the truth is that when you are strength training, when you are eating enough protein, you are eating enough fiber, you are managing stress and getting some sleep, those things are the foundation. Okay, the basics are still the basics. They are always the basics. Like people want you to optimize, they want you to biohack, they want you to track all of these things. We need to go back to the things that are good for us, right? Eating whole foods, getting enough sleep, getting natural sunlight on your face. All of these things are going to help you change your body more than any fancy thing out there. Okay. And that is why this challenge is designed the way that it is. Right? These workouts are here to ease you into strength training so your body can adapt safely. Right? Yes, they're supposed to be challenging, but they're not going to be impossible. Right? They're here to ease you into it and get you started. Right? Because like I said, we need to get progressively harder. So what you'll find is the first time you do these workouts, they're going to feel hard. The second time, not so hard. Right? You're going to do them a third week, a fourth week, and you're going to be ready for more. And that's what happens, right? And that's why in my coaching program with my clients, I give them new workouts every single month because eventually your body adapts and it needs a bigger challenge. One of the biggest mistakes I see people making is they do something to lose 5 or 10 pounds, right? They ate a certain diet, they did certain workouts, they lose that 5 pounds. And then the problem is what gets you here isn't what gets you there. But they keep doing it and they're like, oh, this isn't working anymore. There's just something wrong with my body. No, there's nothing wrong with your body, but your body doesn't have a new stressor to adapt to. And this is why I love strength training because it is so easy to continue challenging your body, to push your body in a new way without just, there's more ways than just lifting heavier weights, right? We get creative with our workouts and that. But it's just like when you realize that there's nothing wrong with your body, you just need to give your body a reason to change. And that's what strength training does. Strength training gives your body the excuse and the reason to adapt because that's what strength training is. It is a literal stressor on your body. So when you strength train and you're doing it effectively, you are doing it with the right compound movements, you are doing it in the structured program, and then you combine that with getting enough protein, getting enough fiber, and getting enough sleep, like your body has no choice but to change because it is given a reason, right? The strength training gives your body a reason to change. And then when you combine that with giving it the right nutrients, the right support, your hormones and your metabolism are going to allow you to start losing weight. Okay, this is why we are not here to starve your body. We want to nourish your body. We want to get stronger. We want to make your body a lean, mean, muscle building, fat burning machine. Because when you are supporting your hormones, you are getting enough sleep, you are doing all of these right things, your body is going to allow you to lose weight. And I promise you, when you focus on building muscle, right, 2 to 3 quality workouts each week, fueling your body instead of starving it, and you combine that with the mindset and consistency strategies that I'm going to talk about on Wednesday, your body will have no choice but to change. Okay, so what can you expect, right? Well, in the first about 2 weeks, you're going to start noticing your energy improving. Some of you might even notice you have more energy and a better mood just from doing your first workout, right? Then you're going to start feeling stronger. Your confidence is going to start growing. Around 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to notice workouts are getting easier. You're lifting heavier. You're able to get lower in your squats. You're able to do more push-ups. Your clothes are going to start fitting differently, right? People around you are going to start noticing. Fast forward to 6 months, right? You're no longer starting over every Monday. You're feeling confident, you're feeling strong, you're feeling capable, you have more energy, right? You are living in a body that feels amazing, right? All because you started today, you started this week, and you didn't focus on perfection. You focused on getting stronger. You focused on nourishing your body. And most importantly, you started on taking the actions that will make your future self proud. Okay, this is one thing that I sat down with and at the beginning of this month with my clients in our group program is we mapped out what actions do you need to take to end the year feeling proud of yourself. Okay, and this wasn't like, oh, I need to lose 20 pounds, I need to do this, I need to do that. No. What actions can you take? Because the truth is that the goals that we get, yes, we want to lose weight, yes, we want to do these things. But even if you are perfect, you can't control exactly how much weight you will lose every single week. However, you can control your actions. So this wasn't supposed to be part of the challenge, but I just kind of thought of it, so I'm going to share. So if you are so inclined, what I want to recommend you do is sit down and just think over the course of the year, right? For the next about 6 months of the year, what actions can you take so that when you end 2026, you are proud of yourself? Right? What are these things? So maybe it's like, I want to start working out 3 days a week. I want to start walking more. I want to, what is it? Right? So that when New Year's Eve comes and you're looking back on the year, no matter what the scale says, you are proud of you because you did what you said you would do. You took the actions that you needed. All right, guys, so your homework for today, complete your first workout if you haven't already. All right, then schedule your second workout, right? And what I want you to do is make sure don't schedule it for tomorrow because again, your body needs that rest day. So either do it on Wednesday or Thursday. Okay, give your body a day of rest in between. Step 2 is to drink at least 4 glasses of water today. Step 3 is to just post about it, right? Post in either the check-in group, post in the group, let us know that you took action. And then your bonus homework is if you want to sit down and just write out your goals and the actions you want to take to be proud of yourself. And then that's it. All right. So if you guys have any questions at all, post in the group, right? Let me know. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know how your workouts go. If you are not in our accountability group and you want to be, comment below. Let me know. I will add you to the group because everybody's already in there taking action. And other than that, I will see you guys on Wednesday. So have an amazing rest of your day. Go kick some ass and let's get strong.